I met Diana in a Facebook group for vintage teacup collectors. I'd found a 1940s Royal Albert at an estate sale. Cream with pink roses, gold trim, a tiny crack in the handle that made it affordable. I posted a photo because I wanted to show someone who would understand. My coworkers didn't care about teacups. My mom thought it was a waste of money, but the women in the group understood. Diana commented within an hour, "That pattern is gorgeous. I have the matching saucer somewhere. Want me to dig it out for you?" It was such a small thing, an offer to spend her own time finding a piece of china for a stranger. I said yes, and we started messaging. That was how it began. For the first 6 months, I thought I'd found my person. Not romantically. Diana lived in Portland, I lived in Chicago. But we talked almost every day. Long voice memos, late-night texts. She was the first person I told when I got a promotion. She convinced me to post my writing online. She said I was good at it, and I believed her. I made the account, I posted my work, people read it, some left nice comments. It wouldn't have happened without her. I was grateful, genuinely. The problem started so slowly I didn't notice at first. A small dig here and there. Diana wrapped criticism in concern. When I mentioned going back to school, she said, "That's brave. I could never sit in a classroom at our age." We were both 32. When I got a raise, she said, "Look at you climbing the ladder. I guess some people are built for office life." When I started dating someone, she said, "He sounds nice. Just be careful, you tend to jump into things." The worry never felt like care. It felt like a leash. The dynamic was this. Diana had problems. Her family took her money. Her ex cheated. Her job was thankless. Her body frustrated her. Her writing went unappreciated. She was lonely, overwhelmed, stuck. And I listened. For hours. I sent voice memos while folding laundry. I stayed up late texting through her crises. I sent her money when she was short before payday. Small amounts that added up. In return, I got attention. She remembered details about me. She asked follow-up questions. She made me feel seen, but the attention had a shape. She was interested in my struggles, my doubts, my loneliness. When I was happy, her responses got shorter, colder. She'd pivot back to her own problems. She'd find a way to make my good news feel like a mistake. I started hesitating before sharing good things. The breaking point came in October. My cat, Pickles, got sick. Kidney failure. I spent 3 days at the emergency vet, sleeping in a plastic chair, crying in the parking lot. Pickles pulled through. I was exhausted and broke from the bills. I texted Diana, "Pickles is okay. It was really close. I'm so tired I can't think straight." She replied 4 hours later, "Oh no, poor baby. Glad she's okay. OMG, I have to tell you what Brenda did today." 6 paragraphs followed. Office drama. A missing stapler. Diana never asked how I was doing. Never asked about the vet bills. Never asked if I needed anything. I put my phone down and stared at the ceiling. I thought about the bad breakup she'd had the year before. I'd stayed up until 2 in the morning on a work night, texting her through every wave of grief. I thought about the money I'd sent, the dozens of hours of voice memos, and in return, I got Brenda's stapler. I didn't confront her. I just pulled back. I responded more slowly. I stopped sharing good news. I became a gray rock. Diana noticed. A resource was drying up. 2 weeks later, the email arrived. "Jane, I've been doing a lot of thinking about us. I think we're on completely different paths right now. I need to surround myself with people who understand where I'm coming from. I care about you, but I can't keep putting energy into a friendship that doesn't fit my life anymore. Wishing you the best, Diana." I read it 3 times. My hands were shaking. Not from sadness, relief. I was relieved. The heavy thing I'd been carrying was being lifted off my shoulders. I hadn't even had to do the lifting myself. I wrote back, "I understand. Take care." Then I blocked her everywhere. Number, Facebook, Instagram. Left the teacup group. Deleted the messages. Deleted the voice memos. I sat in my quiet apartment, Pickles purring on my lap, and felt something I hadn't felt in months. Peace. Dr. Mehta, my therapist, helped me name what had happened. I'd started therapy a few months before the friendship ended. The friendship with Diana had come up in sessions, but I'd always described it as complicated, without going deeper. Now I could finally look at it clearly. She remembered everything about me, I told Dr. Mehta. She asked questions. She seemed so interested. Interested in what? In the things that made me feel bad. When things were going well, she changed the subject. Dr. Mehta nodded. Some people collect information not to connect, but to manage. To keep the relationship in a shape that serves them. When you stopped fitting that shape, she didn't know what to do with you. She ended the friendship because I wasn't useful anymore. Is that how it feels? Yes. Dr. Mehta leaned forward. Write her a letter, not to send, just to get everything out of your head. Everything you never said because you were too busy being a good friend. Then close the document and walk away. I thought about it for 3 weeks. I cleaned my apartment instead. I alphabetized my spice drawer. But eventually there was nothing left to avoid. I opened my laptop and typed, "A real letter to Diana. This is a real letter, where I express all my emotions regarding you and our friendship. While we were friends, everything I told you was sincere. My support for you. My gratitude for your support. You helped me create an account and publish my works. That wouldn't have happened without you. Thank you for that. Here my gratitude ends." You rewrite events to your advantage, portraying yourself as a martyr who was misunderstood and abandoned. This pattern is present in every area of your life. Your body. You gained weight and can't lose it. Sugary sodas, carb-heavy snacks. Your instant gratification matters more than your long-term goal. Does that remind you of anything? The cats. 2 kittens you took in. 2 extra mouths to feed when you're already struggling. What about your plans to move? I guess saving money isn't that important. Your job. You want to move up, but just working hard isn't enough. You have to defend your work, defend your rights. But you're not a special employee. No one cares about your struggles. In your failures, anyone is to blame but you. How convenient. Your family. They take your money, and you keep giving it. Every time I suggested setting a limit, you said it was too difficult. Setting boundaries would remove one huge excuse. I can't save because family takes the money. It's not the family taking. You give it yourself, still hoping they'll appreciate it. Your lady. The long-distance infatuation with a woman who didn't respond, didn't commit. You know what this is? Another way to make yourself a victim. She could disappear whenever she wanted, and you kept running after her. Pathetic. But you needed that, so you could complain about how unlucky you are. You're self-diagnosed ADHD. This is your most powerful excuse. Your lack of focus allows you to be socially lazy and demand special treatment. What makes you special? According to you, the depth of your suffering. Your writing. I like your works, but they're niche. Want a larger audience? Write about popular topics. Want self-expression? Don't expect a big audience. Those are the rules. But it's easier to whine that the audience is stupid and you're too tired. Your child. I feel most sorry for her. At 5 years old, she endures your brothers, your mom, and sometimes you. You didn't want to be a mother. So why? You got pregnant without a condom, gave birth at 20. That's signing a sentence. And now she's just another shield. I have a child, so I can't. No one forced you to give birth. And us. Your first letter was so sweet I almost threw up. It confirmed you're blind, stupid, or manipulative. Actually, all 3. You rewrote the story and made me the villain who didn't see your depth. But I was just a resource. You treated me like an AI. Someone to pour your problems into and put on the shelf. You thought I would always be there. Your assumption that I would endure anything just to preserve our friendship is insulting. You said you remember only the good. That's a lie. You remember the bad perfectly well. You just want moral superiority, where you are all forgiving and I am toxic, even though it's you who stinks. You haven't made a single practical step toward a better life. Not one that lasted. Right now, your only hope is a psychologist, which you got thanks to me. You want everything done for you. You are not special, not deep, not a sufferer, not chaos. You take no responsibility. If you don't try at work, it's because of your child. If you don't try for your child, it's because of your family. If you don't set boundaries, it's because of work. A perfect closed loop. We are not equals, not anymore. If I hadn't gotten rid of you, I would have become like you. What makes me happiest is that I got rid of the heavy burden that was you. I don't wish you evil, I don't wish you good, but I hope you remember me and realize you lost the last person who truly cared about you. I suggest you think about it. I stopped typing. I read back through the document. My expression was calm, not triumphant, just finished. I saved it as unsent letter and closed the laptop. Pickles was asleep on the couch. The afternoon sun had shifted across the floor. My tea had gone cold. I didn't cry. I felt lighter, like I'd taken off a heavy coat I'd been wearing indoors for 2 years. The letter existed now, outside of me. I didn't need to send it. I just needed it to be true somewhere. A week later, Dr. Mehta asked if I'd written it. I said yes. She asked if I'd sent it. I said no. How do you feel? Quiet, I said. I feel quiet. She smiled. That sounds like peace. I nodded. I think it is. I still have the teacup, The Royal Albert with the roses and the tiny crack. I drink tea from it on Sunday afternoons. I don't think about Diana much anymore. When I do, it's with distant clarity. I see the pattern now. The victimhood. The blame shifting. The way she collected attention like currency. I was one of those people. I'm not anymore. I still write. I still post online. The audience is small, but it's mine. I didn't need Diana to make that happen. I just needed someone to tell me it was okay to be seen. She did that, once. I can be grateful for that single thing and still be done with everything else. The letter sits in a folder on my laptop. I've never opened it again. I probably never will, but I know it's there. And that's enough.